Thank you, Mr. Conaway.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Hagel, trust is a fragile concept. And you said toward the end of your conversation that you broke trust with the committee and with Congress, and I would agree with that.
I didn't say I broke trust with them. I think I said something different.
We can get the transcript out, and we'll read it back to you. Over and over and over, you and Mr. Preston both have said, we don't trust Congress. We don't trust Congress. It's insulting, it's disrespectful, and I get it. And so our system of trying to deal with you and deal with us demands trust. You made a self-laudatory comment that you would never sign anything that was not in the national interest of our country, et cetera, et cetera. I have to trust that based on your word. I now cannot do that. And so you put a riff in the system by choosing to not obey the spirit. Now, Mr. President, it was very offensive that you tried to strain at a gnat on whenever that 30-day notification triggered. But, Mr. Hagel, it is under the NDA, it's your responsibility to notify Congress. It is not the President's responsibility. You're to make that notification. Did you personally decide on your own to not do that?
I decided in consultation with the interagency. The President was aware of it.
So it's your call to not notify Congress. As a senator, can you...
I notified Congress, but I notified Congress when
not even within the spirit of the 30 days. Even if you'd have done it in May 12th, whenever the MOU was signed, you would not hear this pushback from us, but you did it.
Congressman, I explained why the notification was handled the way it was.
Yeah, I know. And over and over.
By the way, I never said that I don't trust Congress. That's your word.
Yes, you did. Yes, you have.
I never said I don't trust Congress.
All right.
You want to check the transcript.
Mr. Secretary,
Congressman.
Mr. Secretary, were any of the detainees aware of the negotiations for their release?
Let me ask the General Counsel. I don't know.
So if we were
to the best of my knowledge, no.
So if we were to get the visitor logs and the flight manifests and Gitmo, it would not show that these guys were conferred with as a part of this process.
I don't.
All right, I'll take that blank.
I don't think so. But Congressman, I'm sure with the investigation we're going to turn over everything we have.
And we would need to be able to trust you.
I get that.
But we don't. So, with respect to the...
But I never said I don't trust the Congress.
Those
are your words.
No. Your actions...
No, I didn't say it. You said I said it.
Your actions demonstrate, Mr. Secretary, that you do not trust Congress because you wouldn't tell the chairman and the ranking member something like this. Your actions say you don't trust Congress. I get it. With respect to the release of these 5 and the overall impact it had on the ability of the Taliban to work their mischief in Afghanistan, would you agree or disagree that a weakened Taliban would be better for Afghanistan than a stronger Taliban?
Yes.
Would you agree that the return of these 5 individuals, once they serve their halfway house nonsense in Qatar, and get back into Afghanistan, will strengthen the Taliban and their efforts to do whatever it is they want to do in Afghanistan?
Maybe. Do you know that?
Maybe.
We don't know. We do know.
We've already had one of them say so in the open press that that's in fact what he would do.
What's a fact? Somebody is projecting 12 months down the road, and that's a fact?
So you think the 12 months in this halfway house is going to somehow cure them of their hatred of America and their ability to want to not take back over Afghanistan?
That's not what I said. That's not what we meant. But to say taking it as fact, Congressman, something that hasn't happened and won't happen for 12 months is a bit of a leap.
The concept under the January of 2012 had some broad parameters that said, here's what we'll do in terms of negotiating with the Taliban. Classified at this point, but nevertheless there was a long list. The phrase, nothing's agreed to until everything's agreed to. Somewhere between January 12 and May 27th of 2014, that changed the deal that you notified, that you're trying to cling to, that you in fact notified Congress that this was going on. When did that change occur, and were you a part of that decision? Because the way I understand it, all we got was Sergeant Bergdahl, as important and wonderful as that is, that's it. We got no other agreements that were in those broad kind of conversations that you had with us, or the administration had with us in January 2012. None of that appears to have been a part of this deal whatsoever. When did we abandon that criteria, and why weren't we notified that that change was made?
When did we abandon What criteria?
The criteria from January 12.
But what criteria are you talking about?
I can't tell you that. It's open session.
Well, we'll take it up in closed session then. I don't know. I can't answer a question that you can't give me the question to.
I'll remember that next time we try to. Never mind, Mr. Secretary.